Crazy Hat equals Saturday. Way! Okay, first thing on the agenda. Winnie the Pooh has an eating disorder. Piglet has general anxiety disorder. Rabbit OCD. Tigger ADHD. Probably drug usage as well, if we're being really honest. Eeyore's a manic depressive. Christopher Robin's schizophrenic. And Kanga and Roo are codependent, and Owl is the therapist. Sorry if I just ruined your childhood. A bit awkward. So, there are 9 characters in Winnie the Pooh. There's 7 of us. If you ignore Christopher Robin because he's creepy and weird and I don't like him. And if you count Kanga and Roo as 1, then there's only 7. And I'd probably be Tigger, because I'm the most hyper in our group, I think. But then I could be Pooh, but no, I'd definitely be Tigger. Paris is Piglet because he's the most shy, not because I think that you have general anxiety disorder. But you are the shyest of our group, I think. Sam Connor would be Kanga and Roo. I know I said we'd count them as 1, but they can't live without each other. It's just a fact of life. Anna's the Owl, and let's be honest, that's definitely true. It's in your nickname as well. You're the Owl. Ashley, you're OCD when it comes to clothes, and geez, Fion, you were so difficult to decide. I had to settle with Pooh. I'm such a child. Because anybody who thinks that Nutella can go with everything must have an eating disorder of some kind. Really. I mean, okay, Nutella is good, but still, just no. Sorry, that was majorly off topic, but I will now go on to the actual theme. What superpower would I have? And that's a very good question, Anna. Very good, and I have many options. I would either have to have a Batman kind of power, because then you would only have to have money to become that superhero, but Batman doesn't really have a superpower. Well, not an inhuman power, unlike Spider-Man or Superman, and I would say Iron Man, but then I realised that Tony Stark is actually just like Bruce Wayne. Or even The Incredibles, yes. Yes, I did just make a reference to Pixar because it's awesome. My dad, we were watching it I was at my dad's house with my mum and my brother, and we were watching The Incredibles on telly, and my dad looked at the screen and just went, ugh, and walked out, and I was like, what? I was so confused. Anyway, back to my superpower. If any of you have been watching Misfits, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you won't. I could see myself with an Alicia kind of power, and not like the current Alicia power. I mean, like the first Alicia power, like where she touches people and they become super horny. But I don't. It would be that, but it would be if I touched them and I wanted them to, they'd become horny, and not like rape kind of horny, like a little bit awkward, ooh, kind of horny. Although Hitler's not sure about that power. Or I would be able to go into space without dying, because just to see what it's like. And now my theme is Christmas and things you love. And you can't say me, even though I know that you want to, because I am beautiful, and there's no point in lying about that. Back to my topic, I chose Christmas for obvious reasons. It's only 29 days. Tomorrow it will be exactly 4 weeks. It is my favourite day by far in the calendar, the year, which includes my birthday. And I get shit excited about my birthday. I'm helping out at my school fair tomorrow. I'm face painting as an elf. So I want to walk through of your Christmas days. Like, what you do on your Christmas days from when you wake up to when you go to bed. And this is mine. I wake up really, 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 really early. which is rare for me at any rate, but it's Christmas and I don't give a shit. And then I open my Santa sack every year. Every year, my mum, Santa, gives me a toothbrush, toothpaste, soap and a flannel, and a pair of pyjamas. Oh, and a Satsuma. Obviously, we get other things like a DVD and a CD. I usually get a couple of books. I always get a key ring, and I'm just like, what are you doing in there? Get out. I once got matches, and I was like, what? What? Why? Anyway. And then I always, the first thing I do is eat my orange, because I'm just like, yeah, screw this shit, at least I can say I've been healthy today. And then we go swimming at Hampton Open Air swimming pool, and it's like shit cold before you get in. And then you get in and you're like, oh, warm. And when you're standing by the pool, you can see all steam rising off it, and it's beautiful. And you see all your friends there, and you're like, why, it's Christmas, why? It's brilliant. And then we get home, and I put on my new pyjamas, and I'm just like, lol. And I put my Uggs on, and a hoodie, and a hat, often my Santa hat, and a scarf. And then I go to my local friends' houses, and I give them their Christmas presents, and we're like, Christmas, lol. And then when I get back, we play Monopoly, because who can't play Monopoly on Christmas? It's the most Christmassy game ever. It is without a doubt a Christmas must. You have to play Monopoly on Christmas Day. You can't not do it. And then there's Christmas telly, Wallace and Gromit every year. Shitloads of films like Happy Feet. Happy Feet's a good film, that kind of thing. And then food, and then after dinner we open our Christmas presents, our Christmas tree presents. Like we have our Santa stockings, and then we have the tree and the presents underneath. Anyway, and then we slowly munch our way through the hundreds of pigs in blankets which I make every year, because they are so good. They're like the highlight of Christmas Day. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're just, oh, they're so good. Pork wrapped in pork. It's, oh, genius. I want one now. No. The thing that moving on from that tantrum, the thing that I love is stargazing. Because when I was younger, my dad wasn't always around, and when he was, we often went stargazing. And he'd take us to the, when I say us, I mean me and my brother. He'd drive us to the middle of some godforsaken place, South Downs, or just a field in the middle of nowhere, and he would teach us about the stars. And I didn't care, even if it meant being woken up in the middle of the night and not getting to sleep until 3 in the morning. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And it was always worth it, and always will be worth it. And this Saturday, not this one, next Saturday, my dad and I are going on a hike, and then in the evening we're going to a castle called Hersenso, where a big battle once took place, and I don't really know. And there's an observatory there, and we're going to go stargazing, provided the weather's good. I have at least 10 books on stars, all the solar system and the universe. I can only find 2 at the moment. Isn't he so hot? I love Brian Cox. Stargazing is a big reason and why I love physics so much, because when I was small, my only real connection to my dad was the stars. And when I saw my dad looking up at them, up at the past, really, I could see a light in him that I never got to see at any other time. It was like he became a child in front of me, and I could just see it all on his face. And even now, the stars create a happiness that Christmas cannot replicate, which is one of incredible heights. I'm deadly honest, it's 29 days, sorry. But the thing about that happiness, the stargazing happiness, is it's a quiet happiness, and I feel quite shy about it, really, and I think that just proves how close I am with you guys, the fact that I'm happy to share all of that with you in a video, not even to your faces. That makes me sound like a coward, though. Anyway, also, you have to come up with a forfeit for this week. Now, considering that we all sat in McDonald's and we did shots of milk, that is my forfeit. If you don't do a video, then you have to do 20 shots of McDonald's milk. And when I say shots, I don't mean like the little milk pots. I mean actual shot glasses of McDonald's milk. Which means we'll have to get loads. We'll have to get like 50 of them. But it'll be worth it just so you'll go, ugh, ugh. Connor, I'm aiming this one at you. No, actually I can't aim this one at you because you liked them. We'll sort out how to it is later. I will be sticking my face in jam next week, but that's the only thing I'll really be doing. Because of the height, and I'll be doing it early in the morning. And I'll be uploading it early in the morning. And then I'll have my shower and I'll go hiking with my dad, which will be nice. So, okay, I'm going to go because I have no idea how long this is anymore. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's 12 and a bit minutes. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Good morrow, sirs.